What's up everybody, it's what Jim, and this is a video for Rich, being 5 bands/artists that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rich, along with his friends Brian and Doc, all did 2 videos, one of them being 5 bands/artists that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and 5 that shouldn't be, and I will link both of those videos in the description below. You can also let me know which bands/artists should or shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the comment section below. I'd be curious to know who you think should and shouldn't be in there. I've got a couple of rules for this video, being that I say these in no particular order, and I'm also going to see how many studio albums that band or artist currently has. Another rule I've thought of is I'm not including any bands and artists that Rich, Brian and Doc mentioned in their videos, and that includes the honourable mentions they had as well. That does make it challenging for me, and I've also got a couple of honourable mentions which I'll go through them before I go through 5 bands/artists that should be inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What a mouthful that was, but my honourable mentions are Procol Harum and also Ozzy Osbourne, but his solo career, not his work with Black Sabbath, as they've already been inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'll go through the 5 bands/artists that should be inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now, and the first one I'm going to go with is Jim Croce. He's had in total 5 studio albums, and he's a folk singer-songwriter, but I think he's one of the best folk singer-songwriters out there. He's got hits such as Time in a Bottle, Bad Bad Leroy Brown, and my favourite song of his being I Got a Name. The reason why I think he should be inducted is because although he only made 5 albums, he made them in a short period of time, and I think it's just incredible. And there's a lot of folk singer-songwriters that are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I'm surprised that Jim Croce isn't one of them. The next is a band, and I'm going to go with the Monkees. They've had 13 studio albums and were one of the first manufactured boy bands. So don't let that put you off, because there's still some amazing lyrics in their songs, amazing instrumentation, and amazing vocals from all members as well. Unfortunately, 3 of the Monkees sadly passed away, which means there's only one left, being Mickey Dolenz, and hopefully, if they do get inducted, Mickey Dolenz will be there to see it. Michael Nesmith was one of the members of the Monkees, and he was a big part of MTV, and he had a really successful solo career. You also had Peter Tork, and you also had Davy Jones, who in my opinion had the best vocals of the Monkees. They're definitely one of the more iconic bands out there, and they were very big for the time that they were around, especially in the late 60s. There's also been a Monkees TV show as well. I think that was quite successful when it was around. So I'd say the Monkees have definitely been a very successful band, which is it just baffles me why they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They've also had big hits such as I'm a Believer, Daydream Believer, the Monkees theme, and Last Train to Clarksville. And my personal favourite song from the Monkees is I Wanna Be Free, which Davy Jones sings that one. The next band/artist that I'm going to go with for this video is Kate Bush. She's had 10 studio albums in total, and by far her most successful one is Hounds of Love, which not only is one of the biggest 80s albums, but is one of the most successful and regarded as one of the best albums of all time. The first half of the album has got big Kate Bush hits such as Running Up That Hill, Deal With God, and Hounds of Love, the title track. The second side of the album is a concept side, and in my opinion it's one of the best concept sides of any album. Definitely very creepy and experimental, but very cool at the same time. My favourite song of Kate Bush is Running Up That Hill, A Deal With God. One of my favourite 80s songs. It's absolutely incredible. She's also very ahead of her time as well, and she's massively popular, and she's got a very distinctive singing voice and style, and just I think overall she's just a very unique singer-songwriter. I don't think there's anyone quite like Kate Bush, which is the reasons why I think she should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The next one on my list is Harry Nilsson. He's one of the best vocalists of all time. He's had 16 studio albums, and he's had so many incredible hits, and his most successful album is Nilsson Schmilsson, which is one of my favourite albums of all time. He wrote quite a lot of his songs, and he did some of the best covers of any songs, such as Without You by Badfinger, and also I'm a big fan of the way he did the song Let the Good Times Roll as well. He was great friends with John Lennon, and they both even made an album together. He was very funny and charismatic for the time he was around. He also had very unique and distinctive vocal style. He was friends with lots of different celebrities throughout his career. He also had lots of ups and downs as well. I think he was bankrupt at one point. But for all those reasons I've given, I do think he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My favourite song of Harry Nilsson's is Without You. Definitely a very emotional performance he gives in that song. And it's my favourite cover of all time. The final band slash artist we're going to be talking about for this video is the Smiths, and they've had 4 studio albums. You of course had the frontman Morrissey. He was very ahead of his time, very iconic, and had a very successful solo career too. You also had Johnny Marr, one of the best guitarists of all time, and those two just made such a great team together. They made so much amazing music together, and in such a short period of time as well. My dad's a big fan of the Smiths, so one of his favourite bands, and by far the most successful album is The Queen is Dead, which is regarded as one of the best albums of all time. Morrissey had amazing vocals, and he did amazing songwriting as well. Very mysterious in the songwriting, but definitely very powerful stuff though. His songs definitely get you thinking, and in the 80s the Smiths were probably the biggest band of all time. They've had a massive cult following, and they still do. They are still massively popular to this day, which it just baffles me why they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because of how successful and how popular they are. My favourite song of theirs is There's the Light That Never Goes Out. Such a brilliant song. The song is about loneliness, and I'm a big fan of songs that are about loneliness, and I think his vocals are amazing in that song. It's very catchy as well. So there are my 5 bands slash artists that should be inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Again, you can let me know who should or shouldn't be inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the comment section below, as well as I've got a couple of videos in the description. I appreciate you watching this video, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and comment. I really enjoyed making this video, and hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, rock on, peace and love, and ciao.